stepped over.
Yeah, they do.
But at the same time, you don't sit there and flaunt it. And you don't when it comes to sexually, because sexual compatibility is a huge problem for most people off WAP. Just because, I mean, you normally date someone because you're like, hey, we can have sex. And, or, you find out they're a great person, all these other things. But sex is normally something that, in the beginning is always hot flame. And then it kind of goes down. You kind of got to work on it to keep it at like a medium flame level. Because medium flame is what you want. But
so how long would you have to be in a relationship with this girl for you to find out that it was actually a molding of her?
It don't matter. If I found out and she on her deathbed, I'm still leaving her.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm that cold.
I don't really think this is being really cold. You know what I'm saying? It's more like, I don't know, because I brought the same thing up to a couple other people, and some people was like, man, she can't even have a dildo at all. What the fuck she got a dildo for if I'm there? You know what I'm saying? So everybody have
I feel like that's where people go over the line, because it's like a girl having a dildo does not decrease your manhood. Because if you truly are laying down the pipe, the dildo's only there for when you're not around. And you know what? Everybody masturbates.
And that's another thing I'm getting at. Because what if that dildo? Let's just say you saw the dildo's smaller than you.
Yeah.
Is it still means for you to break up?
I mean, no, it still means for me to break up. Because again, it's about the thought. It's about the thought. Because even if she came up to you in the beginning of the relationship, said, hey, one thing that I have is that me and my ex, we both got matching sex toys made. Like, this is one of his penis, and then he has one of my vagina. Are you gonna be cool with that? Then at least you have the ability to make the decision. Mm. But that's like you being like, you know what? I'm gonna get with a girl, and I'm not gonna tell her that, hey, I got a molding of my ex's pussy. Like, that's never going to be okay. The same way that, like, let's say that you're in an open relationship with a girl, and she's like, yeah, I might meet with a boyfriend, or, I might meet with a guy, and y'all cool, like, you doing it, she doing it. But then you come to find out later on, that guy that she went to meet with, she had actually been fucking that dude for, like, 6 months. Mm-hmm. And they were on, like, a first name, we'll never really be able to get along with each other, but we have great sex bases. Like, you're going to feel a different way, because that wasn't information that was given to you at the beginning. And that's pertinent information. It's very important that you know, so that you can be like, you know what? I want to do this. Or you know what? I don't want to do this.
So to add one more stipulation into it, y'all married and with kids.
Well, I'm not going to teach my kids that you need to be unhappy, so I'm still leaving.
Huh? Well, there it is.
Yeah, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. But no, great topic, Armstead. Great topic. Now, let me ask you a question.
Oh, Lord.
So, let's say that you invite a girl out on a vacation. Mm-hmm. Well, no, let's not say you. Let's say your homeboy. We'll call him R. Reed, who couldn't be here. R. Reed invites a girl out on vacation. Uh-huh. The girl gets there, and he gets there. And
they're not there. They don't get there together. They get there at separate times.
Yeah, they get there at separate times.
Okay.
They go to this vacation spot. It's cool. The first night is great. They're going back to their cabin that they've rented out. It's only got one bed. It's an old rustic one.
Right.
And then she says that she's not comfortable with him sleeping in the same bed. And the guy says, you know what? Since it's the Me Too era, he'll get another room. And so he leaves her at the place that he paid for and goes back to Atlanta. Count the wrongs. Who was wrong, and count them.
They both were wrong.
Exactly. Now, why was she wrong?
She was wrong because knowing the setup, you should have said something before I even made this purchase.
Correct.
Second thing is him. I feel like he's wrong because ain't no way in hell I'm about to pay for this shit, and I'm not about to sleep on this damn thing. You either,
yeah, you got a couch. You got a couch. You can sleep on the couch.
You better make a barrier and put some pillows and make a fort or something.
Again, if you are saying that we're equal, then we're the same. Now, let me throw another curveball, because I told it to you wrong on purpose. Actually, he brought her up there, and he left her stranded up there by herself. Is that an additional wrong, or is that a casualty of the dice game?
She paid for her own?
No, he paid for it. He paid for the whole thing. He brought her up there. R. Reed paid for this cabin, brought her up there.
Paid for her to come up there.
Yeah, paid for her to come up there. Mm-hmm. Gets up there. She says the thing. He says he's going to get another room. Instead, he ditches her, comes back to Atlanta.
But it's all paid for already.
Yeah, but it's all paid for.
Shit. Yeah, he's wrong.
Yeah,
she shouldn't. And he didn't tell her either. Yeah, he's definitely wrong.
He didn't tell her nothing. He just went back. Go home. It was like fuck it.
Yeah, that's fucked up. That's real.
All right. Up. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought you were gonna say. But I'm gonna end this with one final segment that we're gonna call wins and losses.
Wins and losses.
So wins and losses. Basically, one of my friends, one of my homegirls, she is dating another woman. That woman is nice. We're going to just call them Melissa and Jordan. Okay. So Melissa let me know something that Jordan said. And so I want to bring it up, and I want to see if you like what came out of it.
Okay, I'm listening.
So what Jordan said is that women really like it when you buy them things. It may just take them some time to like it. Do you agree with that statement?
Women really like when you buy them things. It just takes them a while to get to like it.
It just may take them some time to like it.
Damn, it's kind of a yes. Women do like when you buy them things. Some depends on the female, because a lot of females just like just the fact of you just doing something for them. You know, depends on their love language or whatever. I know you about the love languages. But then some females would be like, "Nigga, did you really just get me this?" You know, that would actually be a backlash, because you can go buy a female some chocolate and she's like, "Nigga, you know I'm allergic to chocolate, right?"
Yeah, the allergic.
Like, who
chocolate.
You think I was?
Yeah, that can go south real quick. That can go south real fucking quick.
Yeah, so it really depends on the chick.
Okay,
next part.
So you're saying it depends on the chick. So the second one, final one. So Jordan said this wasn't wrong, but is it wrong if you trick a guy to put his name on the birth certificate of a child you conceived with his baby mama?
Say that one more time.
Is it wrong?
For
you to trick another guy?
A female to trick
you?
For me.
You, Armstead.
Me.
You have a baby with, let's just go with Melissa, because this is just a scenario.
Okay, I have a baby with Melissa.
Yes.
I get her
But
pregnant.
you trick, let's say, Simi.
I trick Simi
to put his name on the birth certificate.
On the birth certificate.
I know what you're about to say. Go ahead.
Am I wrong?
Yes. Are you wrong?
That's a great idea. No, I was playing. That's frog as fuck.
But at the same time, that's a hella win, ain't it?
It's damn.
Because if you ever want to be like, you know what, I ain't fucking with Melissa. State can't come after you. Your name ain't on that ain't on that birth certificate.
I mean, but she would know though.
She know, but by that point in time, it's too late though.
To be honest with you,
because they would have to literally force you to do a paternity test, and you could always refuse and say that you don't for anything from religious reasons to, man, fuck that bitch. Because Simi already signed his name on the birth certificate, so he's already on hook for 18 years.
18 years. There's no way getting out of that.
No, if you sign on the birth certificate, there's no way for you to get out. Now, you can get them to redirect it to somebody else if they're dumb enough to get the paternity test and it proves that they are that child's father. But who's going to be dumb enough to take a paternity test when you just got out of a loss?
Hey, man. Well, I'm gonna tell you, Simi, he ain't dumb.
Well, yeah, I know. Again, that shouldn't happen in a good scenario.
Yeah, that shouldn't happen.
But possible that somebody could trick somebody into that, and that I think is a gigantic win.
Yeah, I give it that. Yeah, that's definitely a win.
Because I mean, you can raise a kid right, but if you ever need a ripcord, you can always be like, nah, I was just stepping in because my friend Simi, he didn't really have his shit together. And, that's why I was like, but didn't you spend all this time with her? Do I have any kids by her? Well, none that we can prove. Well, I guess then I was just doing a favor for a friend.
Favor for a friend.
Exactly.
There you go.
And just make sure that you own all the shit and none of the shit's in her name. And, yeah, that's it. But did you have any closing thoughts there, Armstead?
Hey, man.
You still thinking about that last one?
I don't know. Me myself, man. If I were to ever have a kid, I would definitely want to be the father to that child.
I know you'd want to be the father to that child.
Especially if my seed is out there, yeah, I would.
But think about if you hated your baby mama and she was kind of
Yeah, but my child didn't do anything though. You know what I mean?
You were 10,000%, and you're saying all the right things.
My child didn't do anything, so despite how I feel about her,
exactly,
that is still me in her. So,
you're right.
What I'll probably do is do what I can to get custody.
Yep, get that custody. Black men, you need to get that custody. Young men, get that custody. Don't let them women take that custody from you. Because once they have it, that's a weapon that'll be used to beat you over the head again and again and again and again.
And again. Actually, I know a couple of females, man, who just like, you know, if I would ever have kids, you know, I'll pay
child support.
You can just keep them. I was like, what?
Hey, man, no. There's a lot of women that are like that. They were like, you know what? I'm tired of it. Like, I don't want to do this.
And you know what else I just found out recently too? Like,
what'd you find out?
Growing up, I always thought that women could not get their tubes tied until they had at least one child.
Well, it depends on the doctor. So some doctors will tell you that you're not allowed to get your tubes tied unless you are 25 or if you get married. If you get married and your husband's there with you, some doctors will say, yeah, you can do it. But you can't make that decision by yourself till you're 25. Normally, if you're a single, straight woman.
I know a woman right now who's, I think, 23 or 23, and she got her tubes tied. And she doesn't have any kids.
She has a great doctor and one who is not biased because so many of them.
Surprised.
Like, that's something that you never.
I thought she was lying. I was like, you was lying your ass off. Ain't no way in hell. That is against the law. You can't do that. Blah blah. She was like, no, it's. I was like, what? Let me look this up.
It just requires you getting a doctor who's not an archaic old fuck.
Yep.
Because as a man, you can get a vasectomy at 18 if you want, 17 and a half if your parents sign.
It is.
Exactly. And that's part that's ridiculous. Because at least with ours, it's easier for ours to be reversed because they really just making a snip here and a snip there.
Yeah.
Whereas with women, I mean, they literally either tying your tubes or they're cutting one and hoping that the eggs or burning them and then hoping that, you know, they end up in the wall. And that, you know, all kinds of shit can happen with that. With sperm, like, even if, you know, your sperm's still swimming in your ball sack, if it's cut off, it just stays there and, you know, it just stays.
That's it.
Yeah. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming to this episode of the Everyday Black Men podcast.
Thank you.
Check us out on Stitcher. Everyday Black Men. We're on Spotify. We're on SoundCloud. We're on Apple Music. We are on Google Play. And we, of course, are on Spreaker.com. You can find us on Twitter at
DBlackmen.com and our Facebook page, EverydayBlackmen.com.
Yes, and of course, we are on Instagram at Everyday Black Men.
The Black microphone.
But we are going to go ahead and say peace. Have yourselves a good week, and we'll be back next week, folks.
And we're out. It's a wrap.